Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's a girl Precious Eleke. In today's video, we're going to be talking about two lies we have been sold to in this generation. Two lies of this present age. And before I get right into it, do well to like this video, share this video, and subscribe. The content of this video was, was shared by Pastor Laju Irene on Twitter, and I really loved the sense about it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to create a video about it and share my opinion about it. So do well to watch this video to the end. So as I was saying, the two lies of insulting our generation. In this day and age, we are in a time where we feel like no one can talk to us. We feel like no one can tell us this, no one can tell us that. And it's the time that every young person feel like they have an opinion, and sometimes your opinion can be kept to yourself and maybe watch the other person, or just try and see things reveal itself before you start sticking to a side or not sticking to a side. But that's a story for another day. So today, the very first lie we have been sold to in this generation is, you are young, now is the time to make all the stupid mistakes. Don't worry about what is right or wrong. Come closer. Oh really? I don't even know what to say, because when you make all those stupid mistakes, who bear the consequence of it? Like, that's one thing you should always know, that for every action there is a consequence. For every action there is a consequence. If you take a negative action, there's a negative consequence. If you take a positive action, there's a positive consequence. Even if there is a change of mind, there are some action that the consequence is going to happen. For example, if a person have unprotected sexual intercourse, there may be an unplanned pregnancy. In that situation, even if you have changed and say, oh, no more unprotected sexual intercourse, there is already a child on the way, and in that situation, there is already a consequence for that action that you have to bear with for life. So being young does not mean you should make stupid mistakes. Being young, yes, it comes with its oh, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to try this, I want to try that. They are all good, they're all fantastic. But pay attention to the fact that you won't be young forever. And for every action, for every mistake you make, there's going to be a consequence for it. Some will say, oh, this is time for you to enter into any relationship that you want. Oh, this is time for you to have so many body counts as you want. And you're forgetting that your body is the temple of the Lord, that God dwells in you. If you know that, you're not supposed to be doing that. So please, don't this is not the time for you to make stupid mistakes. Some will say, oh, try any business you want to try. Don't just try any business you want to try. Sometimes be intentional. Invest in knowledge. These things can be known. Invest in the right knowledge about that skill, about that field of life before you explore, or even while exploring. Invest in knowledge. I'm not saying you should not make many mistakes in business. Yes, they are part of the things that makes the business story sweet. But not that you try this business today, you have never been there for like 2 months, you are out, you're in another thing entirely. This is not the time for you to be making so many stupid mistakes. A friend of mine told me from school, and I cannot forget that statement. He said, be careful of what the narrative of you that is out there. Because if people start having maybe a negative narrative of you, it will be there for life. That comma will always be there for life. And they'll say, she's a fine girl, or she's a good girl, but this happened, but this happened. So be careful of the narrative that people have of you. Be careful of the narrative of you that is out there. And this is not time for you will be like, oh, nobody is seeing me. But the thing is, someone in a corner is watching you. Someone is looking up to you. They don't really have to come and meet before they tell you they are looking up to you. Someone is looking up to you. I remember sometimes last year, someone came to meet me. I was like, oh, my daughter really admires you. And I was like, me and daughter don't talk. So what? I don't know if she was like, yes, she really looks up to me. She wants to be like me. I said, wow. And it's because anytime I'm at home, I'm always peace going. I go on my own, greet, smile. That's all. If I come to buy something in your store, I buy it and I leave. I don't make too many conversations. She's like, oh, she loves the way I carry myself. She loves the way I speak. I'm like, wow, I'm amazed. Like, I'm really amazed. So now imagine that's someone like that I'm touching her, but I don't know I'm touching her. I don't know I'm impacting her. So really, people are looking up to you. Don't die for you to make stupid mistakes. That mistake you might make, and you might not experience any consequence for that action. Someone that look up to you might make that same mistake and say, oh, because sister this did it, or because this person did it, and I tried it and I'm facing this consequence. You won't be able to come and appeal the person again. You won't be able to tell the person that me, I only tried it once, I did not do it more than once, but that person has already taken it to 10 to 15 times. So I would say for every action you're making, there is a consequence for it. I'm so sorry for the noise that is underneath. These are people in my environment that are making this noise. I'm really so sorry. So this is the next second point is you have made too many mistakes. You can't change now. Really, in as much as you've made stupid mistakes, doesn't mean you can't change. Yes, the best time to change was yesterday, but the next best time to change is today. So you can still change your steps, retrace your steps, and retrace it back to God, and get good mentors that will hold you accountable. Get accountability partners. Surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people that are inclined, that have a great future together, so these people can steer you up and be like, oh, don't allow your mistake to hold you down. There is still so much that you can achieve. There is still so much for you to achieve. So I will say, don't be like, oh, I can't change again, let me just continue these things I'm doing. You can still change. You can still change. You can still change. You can still retrace your step. Our God is a God of many chances. I say this to myself over and over again. God is a God of many chances. Don't think that, oh, because you failed once, God is going to hate you. Oh, because you committed that sin, God is going to hate. God doesn't hate you. The God is ready to receive you back. He's ready to receive you back without any form of discrimination, without any form of stigma. He loves you as much as he loved you before you made that mistake. So please, don't wait till you are like, oh, I cannot change now. You can always change now. Just retrace your steps. Reach out to an accountability partner, someone within your space, your friend that will hold you accountable. And if you don't have good friends around you, you can reach out to my email in the description. I can always talk to you, always be there for you. But what I'm going to say is that you need people that will physically hold you accountable. Oh, you said you won't smoke again. Then why? No more sticks. You're not going to be around those environments. Get those people that will speak positive words to your life. You owe yourself this. You owe yourself a good life. You're not doing all these things because of your friends, because of your family. You're doing all this because of yourself. So please, so much awaits you in the nearest future. Don't jeopardize this. Don't be like, I've made so many mistakes, there's no point turning back. Hey, you can still turn back. Or you're like, I've already out of school already because of this, because of this situation. There's no point going back to school. My dear young ladies, come. You can still go back. You are still smart. You only need to invest more in your reading. And before you know it, you'll be so surprised how much your brain can know so many things. So please invest in yourself. Don't be like, I've made that mistake, I cannot change now, let me continue in it. Really, you can change, and you can change for the better. So please, if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, like this video, share, and subscribe. And you can also share your points about other lies that you think have been sold to each generation, that people are now seeing them as the truth. Because the thing is, sometimes negative things become so real and become a norm to the extent that people now start taking it as the right thing, but really they are the wrong things. People start taking the right things as that's old school. Doing the right thing is not old school. Doing the right thing is doing the right thing. Being maybe you're someone that, you always tell the truth, you don't accept bribery, and like everybody's collecting bribe now, there's nothing there, and you're not going to see collection of bribe as a normal thing. That is wrong. So don't ever get to a point where the wrong things now seem like right to you, because they are not right in itself. They seem as if they are right. Just go and meditate on these things. Don't allow the society dictate what seems to be right or what seems to be wrong to you. Let your choices, the steps you take, be guided by the word of God. Let it be guided by people that are principled, that will direct you and tell you, do this, do that. Don't be influenced by negative factors. You know, even if you want to change, you need someone that will hold you accountable. So this journey is not a day journey, but you can start today. You can start today. Please don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, make comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.